For the first trailer of the One Piece live action, I concluded by saying that this One Piece live action won't be, the best thing ever, but it will be above average and it will be decent but not that good. And now the second trailer has come out, and obviously the second trailer for the One Piece live action is way better than the first one. We saw a lot of characters that weren't shown in the first trailer, such as Arlong, Buggy using his powers, bounties and stuff, and we saw a lot of iconic locations in the East Blue, such as Arlong Park, and we saw the Baratier in more detail, and also the Straw Hats fighting the Arlong pirates and stuff. And we also saw Mihawk and Shanks. So where should I start? Let's first talk about how the Straw Hats looked. In my first video, I had gripes with how the Straw Hats looked. They looked too clean for me in the first trailer, and in this second one, they kind of look a lot better, especially Nami when she was standing, when they showed her on the boat alone. She looked way better than what we saw from her in the first trailer. Luffy also looked good. His rubber powers were not as bad as I thought they were going to be, and the fighting looks good. Arthur, the library of Ohara, when he made his review, he said one of the highlights of this One Piece live action is the fight scenes, and that seems to be the case. That seems to be true. The fight scenes when Sanji kicked one of Arlong's henchmen, and I forgot his name, that action sequence in the Baratier. So it seems they have merged the arcs, and I think that's because it's only going to be 8 episodes, so if they're going to have to cover all of the arcs in the East Blue Saga, they need to merge them. But I digress. When Sanji was fighting Arlong's second hand, if I'm not mistaken, he's Arlong's second hand, and Sanji was using those kicks that looked really cool. I really liked that. Also when they were fighting at Arlong Park, when Zoro was walking on the wall and Sanji just fly kicks a fisherman, that looked pretty cool as well. It seems the action is going to be good, so I'm really looking forward to that. And we saw Arlong, and to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I hoped the Arlong pirates looked like how Davy Jones and his crew looked in Pirates of the Caribbean. I was hoping for Arlong and his crew members to look just like Davy Jones and his crew members in Pirates of the Caribbean. That is not the case, and that might be some wishful thinking on my part, but Arlong doesn't look that bad. I've seen people say Arlong looks goofy and stuff. He's not menacing, he's not, his stature, he's not as big, and menacing as in the manga and anime, and that is kind of true. But you can see that the people who are working on the makeup and stuff, who are working on Arlong, did what they could. They did their best, so it is what it is. I'm not too mad about it. I'm not even mad. In fact, it looks kind of decent, so I'm happy. To be honest, overall, this trailer, it was not the ideal One Piece live action, every scene looking cinematic. That's what I hoped for the One Piece live action to be. In my head, every scene looking cinematic, perfect CGI, everything looking really good. When it comes to what I'm trying to say is, this One Piece live action has not lived up to the ideal One Piece live action that I was hoping for, but it is also not the mess that I feared it was going to be. In fact, to be honest, it looks decent, it looks good. The way the Straw Hats look, they all look good, some more than others. Usopp and Sanji looks the best. Garp looked really good. Roger, I'm not sure, when Roger was giving his speech it was like the Marines were just letting him speak his mind. They're there to execute him. In the anime, I think there was a scene when Roger was speaking, the guards like, hey, they were like, hey, shut up, and they were like kind of quick to kill him before he talked about the One Piece existing and nothing. In here, it looked like they were just allowing him to speak his mind. I don't know how that's going to get explained. Maybe they allowed for him to speak, for him to make his last statement or something. I don't know how they're going to explain that. In the looks department, this One Piece live action, it's good. It's good. A lot of people feared it was going to be some wacky, goofy stuff. It kinda is, but it fits the tone of One Piece, and in that regard, it is good. And when it comes to the story, it seems like they're going to be merging the story arcs, and also some devil fruit powers are going to be shot in dark places, such as when Luffy used his Gomu Gomu power in the first trailer. It was in the night, it was dark, and also when in the second trailer when you see Buggy using his Barabaro no Mi power, it was also in a dark tent, circus tent looking place, and it's looking like some of this devil fruit power are going to be in dark places, and that makes sense because you cover up some of the bad CG. The CG won't look as bad in dark places. And Dawn Creek wasn't shown. Don't know why that is the case, but there clearly was a bounty of him shown, so I think he'll be in the live action. The other thing that I wanted to mention is I want this One Piece live action to embrace that campy goofiness of One Piece, but Cowboy Bebop tried doing that, and we know what happened to Cowboy Bebop. I want this One Piece live action to embrace a little bit of seriousness. The thing that made me say this is because at the end of the trailer, when we see Luffy and Kobe seeing all those bounty posters, and we see Bellamy and Foxy, when we see their pictures, they look too goofy. And Foxy is a goofy character, so him being goofy, I'm not too mad about it. But Bellamy is supposed to be a serious guy, someone who we are supposed to take seriously, and him looking a bit too goofy in that picture in the wanted poster, kind of bothered me a little bit. Maybe I'm too nitpicky here, but kind of bothered me and made me think that they will embrace too much campy and goofy things moving forward, which kind of makes me worried because that doesn't translate into live action that well. So that made me a bit worried, and I'd like this One Piece live action moving forward to embrace some seriousness, to be a little more serious, because One Piece is a goofy, fun story, but there is some serious stuff going on in the One Piece story. So many dark themes explored, so many societal issues explored in One Piece, and I don't know how people will take those seriously if this live action is going to go in the direction of being too campy and goofy. So I hope they tone down that a bit and embrace a little bit of seriousness. If this One Piece live action is decent and Netflix doesn't cancel it, I think season 2 and season 3 and moving forward, they're going to be way better than this first season, because I truly believe that the people working behind this are going to learn from the mistakes of this first season, and I really do think that this first season of the One Piece live action will be among the best anime live actions. But when I saw the trailer reactions for people who have never seen One Piece, they didn't seem that excited about it. So I don't know if this first season will attract new viewers right from the outset, but if this first season gets support from us, the fans, who are mostly excited about this, and it doesn't get cancelled and gets a season 2 and season 3, I think this show will go on to be one of the best TV shows out there. I really do believe that, and I feel like there's a lot of hype behind this One Piece live action, because when the first trailer came out, it was number 1 on trending on YouTube for 2 weeks or something like that. And this also, when this second trailer came out, it was number 1 on trending, and it's reaching, as of this recording, it reaching 10 million real quick. And the support for this live action is good and it's promising. One of my biggest worries is that this One Piece live action will get the same fate as the Cowboy Bebop live action, and I really don't want that to happen. And I'm very happy about that. This One Piece live action, you can feel the support from the fan base that this One Piece live action is getting, and that's really good. And that's all I've got to say for today. And if you've made it this far, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed to the channel, and see you in the next one.